Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, and thank you for your comments. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, you know that Donald Trump recently deployed the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee. So, in regards to that, something is circulating all over TikTok about what's going on with the National Guard in Memphis. So, I'm going to let you look at a couple of videos and then I'm going to come back and have my commentary.
So, if you don't know, the Trump administration has deployed the National Guard to Memphis, Tennessee. Now, somewhere, some way, I don't know how, but something went terribly wrong. And now the citizens of Memphis, they pretty much took 2 tanks from the National Guard. Here's the video.
Stole these folk tank, boy. These niggas stole these folk tank.
How they get 2 tanks?
These niggas stole these folk tank.
I want to know how this happened. Like, what went wrong? A series of things had to have gone wrong. I'm guessing maybe they were just out driving their tanks around the city. They got hungry. They pulled over at a McDonald's. The tanks couldn't fit through the drive-thru, so they had to just park the tanks and go inside. Maybe they left the doors open. Maybe they left the tanks turned on. Maybe the key was still in the ignition. I don't know. But these people found those unoccupied tanks and they just took them. Now they just in this apartment complex riding around the parking lot in these stolen tanks. This National Guard project just doesn't seem to be working out the way it's supposed to. I don't know how they plan on getting the tanks back, because how do you take a tank from somebody? I do look forward to seeing more tank content from Memphis.
So, Memphis, Tennessee, the National Guard did show up. And right when they showed up, a bunch of the funniest young brothers I have ever seen stole not one, but fucking 2 tanks and took them for a joyride. They're ghosting the whip. A whole bunch of brothers driving down the street, running through the apartments so they can show everybody that they stole the tanks from the National Guard. Oh my God. Yeah, hey, Memphis, way to show up and show off. Holy cow, I can't believe it. National Guard, you should lock your tank when you get out, not like leave it sitting around, because you got your ass's tank stolen. Not 1 tank, but 2 tanks. Oh my God, this is the funniest fucking thing. Search Memphis tank. You'll see these guys driving around, sitting on top of these 2 tanks, riding them through the hood. Fucking A.
In Memphis, the YNs have took 2 tank trucks. Yeah, did y'all hear me? They have took 2 tank trucks. They standing on top of it. They taking pictures. They dancing to music. Not 1, but 2. How did y'all get it? I'm going to go ahead and ask some of the questions that I know people want to know. Was the keys in it? How y'all got not 1, but 2? Or y'all going to give it back? Because the search bar say YNs took the tires off the tank truck. Y'all just took the tires off? That's what the search bar say. You know what I'm saying? How did this happen? Y'all, 2025 is so strange. I thought we was bad here in Baton Rouge. Now, we ain't going to take no tank truck. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bout it. Y'all bout that life. Baby, I'm telling y'all, this is real. You can go look it up. They was having a good time, a funky good time, baby. Like they was riding on a party bus. Baby, they took the tank trucks, and that's their party bus. Memphis, I don't know what's going on, but we need answers. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed. J-Lo. Mwah.
I need somebody to confirm if this is real right now. I need somebody to let me know if this really happened. And there's a video. Did the YNs in Memphis really steal the National Guard's tank trucks? I need this to be real. And why they took the tires? The tires! I just know Trump thought he ate when he sent the National Guard into the hood, but y'all gotta understand some people just don't care. And on a more serious note, what people don't understand is that when folks live in poverty for long enough and they have nothing and it feels like you have nothing to live for, there is no limit to what they will do. So instead of trying to address the real issue at hand and finding ways to develop programs to support folks who are living in poverty in Memphis, you send in the National Guard to police them. Policing people in poverty is not the answer. It's also not a long-term solution. And they obviously don't care, as we can see.
So that's what's circulating all over TikTok, that the National Guard was deployed to Memphis. Something happened, and these young people stole 2 of the tanks. Now, before I go further with this, I'm going to agree with this young man. Where there is poverty and there is no hope, people really don't care. And this whole idea about intimidation and trying to scare everybody, Jamal Bryant said it best at the very beginning of this administration. What do you think you're going to do new to Black people? What new do you think you're going to do? So what's going to happen if this is true, that those young people stole those tanks? What new will they do? Send them to prison? What new will they do? Take their food stamps? Kick them out of Section 8 housing? Out of the projects? The problem is systemic, and that needs to be addressed. Now, y'all know I believe in the co-pilot. So I asked the co-pilot if some young people in Memphis had stolen 2 National Guard tanks. And this is what the co-pilot said. The co-pilot said, yes, Black people in Memphis did take 2 National Guard tanks. A video circulated online showing residents riding stolen tanks through the city following a National Guard deployment ordered by President Trump in September 2025. The video gained attention, but it was later clarified that the tanks were not stolen but rented by a local hip hop artist for a music video. Well, now that's news to me. I didn't know you could rent an army tank for a music video. I did not think that the government rented out tanks for hip hop artists. So it sounds a little bit like they're trying to save face by saying, no, they didn't really steal the tanks, but they rented the tanks, trying to, make it seem like, yes, we were in control. We knew we knew they had the tanks, so it's all under control. But I am inclined to believe that this happened because too many people are reporting on it. But the fact of the matter is, the problem of poverty in Memphis is systemic. You remember that Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis. And the reason he was there in the first place is because they were not willing to give sanitation workers a living wage, and they went on strike, and he went to lead the strike, and that's when he lost his life, when he was there, to support the sanitation workers. Memphis is a beautiful city with lots of potential, but in my opinion, it does not have the resources that it needs to grow into the city that it should be. But anyway, y'all, that is what's being circulated on social media. I don't know if it's really true or not, but I am going to continue to pay attention and see if some real clarity will come to this situation. Let me know what you think about this. Thank you for listening and have a good evening.